I'll retire when women seek a provider. So I've been thinking about this concept when it comes to the male progression and the female progression in general of how that plays out. And I've mentioned before on this channel my idea for a camper van, and I'm getting that underway. So I'm renting right now a house, $1,200 a month, and this is the last month that I'll be living there. I'm gonna move back home for a little bit on March 1st, and then get the money for a cargo van, convert it to a camper, and then go from there. You know, save more money long term, keep growing my YouTube channel and all of that, instead of spending all the money towards rent, even though I'm spending it on a family property, you know, giving the money back to my family. At the same time, I don't see that money currently, right? I'm just giving it away. So what I'm trying to do is not pay $1,200 a month, move back home, get my cargo van, convert it to a camper, and just live chill, go camping, live minimalist. And as my YouTube channel is growing from there, just see how I can work that into the lifestyle that I want. And so right now, myself being 26, just thinking of the timeline of that, I could get my cargo van at some point in the next couple months. I'll turn 27 in June. Summer is the busy season for my tie-dye sales that I do. So that will be my conversion money over the summer. Get the van completely converted sometime in the fall or the winter. So by the end of the year, have a completely converted van. And then maybe sometime next year, because I'm already saving the money, just pay off the van as quickly as I can, so I can get, instead of like a $300 or $400 van payment, which is still lesser than $1,200 for a rent, but get the $300 or $400 van payment down to zero once I can completely pay it off. And then YouTube will also grow from there. So maybe in 2 years from now, I have a completely paid off van at 28 years old. YouTube's taking off, and it just all flows together really nicely. I can just go camping and travel and just keep doing content and just live a good life, and not just like throw a bunch of money away to rent. And you know, some people, depending on the lifestyle they want, everyone's different. Some people want the running water and the nice shower, the bedroom, the stable house, something stationary to go home to every day, the amenities. Whereas roughing it in the woods or camping or traveling around or sleeping in a car, sleeping in a van, not everyone is equipped to handle that. But for me, I love the idea of that, just being outdoors, getting back to nature. And so the funny thing about when it comes to women, how I'm tying this video in, is me at 26 right now, me in my 20s, guys in their 20s, we're starting our climb in the economy, and then also how the intersexual dynamics work between men and women. So like, we're starting as men in our 20s, and women just are. So like, women are in their prime, like late teens, early 20s, women are in that prime phase, and then they slowly lose their fertility, their looks, their SMV, sexual market value, with time. So me at 26, I could get that completely converted van and paid off, with also YouTube taking off. You know, I'll just say 2 years. You know, I don't know how the timeline's going to work on that. I mean, you could have a YouTube video or a channel that in the next couple months skyrockets, or it could take 10 years. I mean, but it all depends. I'm just saying realistically, based on my growth and how I want to do things. I'm just going to say, for the example of this video, say in 2 years, I got my completely converted van with $0 because I've paid it off. So other than, you know, maintenance, gas, and all that, but $0 other than that stuff. I'll be 28. YouTube will be taking off. I could still be working this tie-dye job for this nonprofit. So I could be in a position at 28 where I could just start living in the van, saving money. I could also go back home too, but I don't want to do that. I'm only moving back home so I can save the money to get this van completed. I'm not moving back home to move back home permanently. But fortunately, with my circumstance, I have a good family situation to go back home to, so it's not toxic to the point where I can't go back there. You know, petty family stuff here and there, but that's with anybody's. But I'm just glad that I have a loving group of people to go back to, so I can actually make this happen and stop. You know, it's nice to have my own place. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been on my own for the last 2 years. When I was 19, I dropped out of college, so I was on my own in like in a dorm over there, but I just didn't want to do the college route and all that debt, so I came back to San Diego, lived with my family. From 19 to 24, I started renting a family property at 24, I'm 26 now. It's been a little over 2 years. It was February of 2019 when I moved in. So now March of 2021, I'm going to move out. A little over 2 years, but it's time. It's just $1,200 a month. I've almost $30,000 in 2 years on rent. So yeah, it's a family property. I'm able to help my family support them. That's all good on that end. But I don't see that money right now, and I'm just throwing it away. So I'm going to move back home for a bit, get the camper van, and then in the next 2 years, in the next year, get the van and convert it, and then in 2 years, the van completely paid off, and then see where YouTube is by that point. I could be 28 going up on what I want to do, and then save all the money. I could be retired at 30. Not like actually retired. I'm still going to keep doing YouTube content, and as this grows, I want to expand it to more. I want to do music or motivational speaking, stand-up comedy, start a business, do whatever I can to promote more content or help other people, or maybe I'm in a better position where I'm better off financially and just with, I don't know, subscribers or influence or wherever I'll be at that point, and I can do more for other people. So I don't mean retire in terms of I'm just going to go do nothing. My life is getting started. My career, my talents, just scratching the surface. I'm not even close to what I can fully be. But I'm saying in terms of just the how like women might view you, or like the 9 to 5, the rat race. I could be like 30, basically going into retirement with all the stuff I just laid out. Whereas a woman who's hitting 30, she's looking for her provider now, right? So I'll retire when women seek a provider. I'm not gonna just be like working my whole 20s, and women can view it however they want to, depending on whether you go for the hookup or relationship or whatever, or you're not her only option, or she passes you up for somebody else, and she has the right to do that, based on whatever criteria she's placing in her head. But if I manifest all this, I'll be going into my 30s basically on retirement, on how I'm laying this out in this video with this example. And then you have women my age that are on, my same age, my same grade in school, whatever. They're on that track where, they're looking for the provider now. They're looking to settle down. They've had their fun. All the stuff that we hear. And then now you're the bad guy when you don't want to give her that marriage, when you don't want to give her that long-term commitment. You're the bad guy. You're the misogynist. You're the sexist because of all the hate that you're spewing. But see, people will twist this around so much because a lot of people just don't want to take accountability. So like I'm talking about with both men and women, yes, in my 20s right now, say at 26, I can go up to a woman on the street right now and ask her out, get her number, whatever. She can accept or reject me based on whatever criteria. She can look at me right now saying, you're just selling tie-dye for a nonprofit, you have whatever you have going on. But this other guy, he's 36, he's 10 years older than you. I'm 26, he's 36, and she goes, oh, well, he has multiple houses that he owns and real estate and residual income, and he has a private jet and he can take me anywhere. So she can just go with that guy. Like I said, she has the right and the choice to go with that guy. But then depending on what goes on with them, I'm still on my grind. I'm still on my path. Say my YouTube channel blows up by 28, and then from 28 to 30, I use my YouTube channel. I just save that money, just keep it in the bank. I go into my 30s with my camper van that's paid off. I'm just basically on retirement. Now she comes back because something didn't work out with that guy, and so now she's in this phase of, I'm looking for the provider. And when I don't want to just be just a provider, like only, now I'm the bad guy. That's not going to fly. So I'll retire when women seek a provider. And it doesn't matter about her age. We talk about with red pill content, the man increasing, the man aging like wine, the woman aging like milk. And that's not to say in terms of like human value that older men are like some superior thing, or younger women are some superior thing. It's not like an age thing. It's just a dynamic of how it plays off each other. So like say two people at 18, a guy and a girl, you're graduating high school. Yeah, like the guy doesn't like have anything. He's not in the economy yet. His parents have been paying for everything. He's still learning himself, growing up in the world. And the girl just is. She's like this young girl that has all these options. She can reject him. She can pass him up. She has the right to do that. But as he's growing up, say he worked for 10 years, and now he's 28, and he's got his entry-level position, maybe he worked up to a management position, started a business, and now she's 28. She's on the decline of her fertility and her looks, and she's noticing, I'm done, thinking that you are just like some backup plan. I'm done playing the field. I'm done with my options. I'm looking for the family now. I'm looking for the marriage, the contract, the children, the financial security. Now at 28, she's looking for all that. But at 18, she wasn't looking for that. And that's fine. I mean, you can come to whatever conclusions you want at a certain age. Fortunately for men, we have a different timeline of how that plays out. So we're all subjected to different things. So it's not a judgment on anybody in terms of information and what we were led to believe was true. So say a man and a woman both wake up, so to speak, at age 30. Well, it's different for a man to wake up at 30 and a woman to wake up at 30. The man is not even at his prime yet of SMV. The woman, she's hit the wall at 30. And like I said, it's not a human value thing. It's not one is better than the other. It's not a judgment on past life transgressions, but it's a reality because the woman has that biological clock for bearing kids, for fertility, and it just plays out different. The man having the penis versus the vagina, he's able to spread seed over multiple women way easier in a shorter amount of time than the woman is because she's bearing one kid for 9 months straight. So regardless of whether the man or the woman has the personal decision of, they're just going to do a casual hookup or a serious relationship or a marriage or however they play their life, biologically it's just different. So because the woman just is and the man becomes, women tend to have that like late teens, early 20s, like prime phase. The man has that like 35 to 45 prime phase. So the timeline's a little different. So based on what I want to do, I've been treating my 20s as the grind decade. I've been treating my 20s as the serious decade. I dropped out of college at 19. I saw all that, the debt, and just like what I wanted to do with my life, and I knew what I could do. And I'm just like, I'm dropping out. I'm doing my own thing. People are like, you're just gonna drop out. What are you gonna do without a degree? But I have my vision. So I dropped out at 19. I've been grinding through my 20s. I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch. I worked at FedEx as a package handler, just loading the trucks. I've signed with a modeling agency. Worked at a hotel doing hospitality. Number one ranked on TripAdvisor in the city of San Diego when I was working there, helping people have a good vacation. Now I'm here at the beach and San Diego Zoo in downtown selling tie-dye. I've been on my grind trying to get a YouTube channel going. So if I can get this YouTube channel going, like I said, my camper van, I'll stop paying rent at the end of this month, get a camper van, pay off the van, have $0 of payment, be able to travel anywhere, get my YouTube channel off the ground. If I can get that all manifested by like 28, in 2 more years from now, the woman at 28, she's about to hit the wall very soon, if she hasn't already, depending on her life decisions. So I'm definitely not going to be a provider. I'm just going to do my thing.